Hello everyone, welcome to another video. I'm again here with another ITIL 4 version video, and this time I will discuss about 10 important questions that you can see in your real test, and I will explain like how you can answer these questions very easily and how you can use your intuition or like normal common sense to find out the correct answer. So let's get started. And one tips before starting this video today. So in ITIL or any other types of vendor certificate preparation, please try to read previous questions or like demo questions as much as possible to take preparation, because most of the time you will see this type of questions repeat in the real exam. And for the ITIL test is composed of 40 questions. So in real test you will see 40 questions, and you will have only 1 hour to answer those 40 questions. Believe it or not, like these are most of the Bloom level 1 and Bloom level 2 questions. So Bloom level question means it will test your remembrance capacity, and Bloom level 2 will test your understanding capability. So this type of questions is not very hard. So if you read the topics and if you read the previous questions, it will be a quick preparations for you. So let's get started. So like previous video, this video will be like slide based video. I will show you some slides and I will explain everything from the slides. Okay, here is the first slides. In the first slide, I'm going to add, or I'm going to show you the questions pattern and the test pattern. So as I said, this is a 1 hour test and you have to attempt 40 questions. Each question is worth 1 mark, and there is only one correct answer per question. So you don't have to select multiple answer, or it is not a multiple choice type. It's a single choice type test. So compared to multiple choice, like single choice type questions are easier. And you need to answer 26 questions correctly to pass the test. Mark your answer on the answer sheet provided. Use a pencil if you are going for the paper-based test, but I believe most of you will go for a CBT or computer-based test, and you have 60 minutes to complete this test. This is a closed book exam, so no materials other than the paper will be allowed. So recall from the syllabus. As you can see, the syllabus actually composed of some of the service definitions, warranty, customer user service management. This is the learning outcomes 1, and you can see in the right side in the 4th column it's measure Bloom level 1, Bloom level 2. So from the syllabus you can see the mark distribution for the learning outcomes 1, or from the first chapter of the syllabus is total mark distribution is 5. So definitely if you read this topic clearly and understand this topic clearly, because it will test you Bloom level 1 and Bloom level 2, you will definitely can answer this 5 question and answer. You will get 5 questions from this part, and you will be able to answer this. We are going to check randomly 10 questions today. So it will be not only limited to these learning outcomes, but it will be from the overall syllabus, but I will explain you everything. So as I explained, the Bloom level 1 and Bloom level 2 is remembering and understanding test. So Bloom level is a taxonomy that provides a learner framework that moves a student from a lower order thinking to a higher order thinking. And there are 6 levels. 1 is remembering, 2 is understanding, 3 is applying, 4 is analyzing, 5 is evaluating, and 6 is create. So these are upper layer of testing of knowledge, but luckily in ITIL 4 fundamental test, foundation test, you will get only the Bloom level 1 and Bloom level 2 questions. So here is the first question. Which practice is responsible for moving components to live environments? So here is the tricky part. It is asking Which practice? It's asking about a practice. So you will learn there are some. You will learn there are 15 practices in ITIL. So this is asking about one of that practices, and it is asking which is responsible for moving components, okay, to live environment. So the choice are change control, release management, IT asset management, and deployment management. So change control, it's request, but it is not related with the live environments. Moving components to live environments. It's already in the live environments. Then from the live environments, change control actually requests for something to change or add. Then release management, that is also like in a live environment. If you want to upgrade the live environment, then you go for the release management. It's like version number 1, version 2, version 3, or version 1.1, 1.2, something like that. And IT asset management is different than previous two. It's related with the IT assets. And last is deployment management. So deployment management is whenever a product is ready and you are ready to deliver to the customer to be used. Okay, so this is related to moving components to live environment. So let's see. So yeah, this is the correct answer. Deployment management is the practice which is responsible for moving components to live environment. So you can from these definitions and this question analysis, we can understand easily. We can figure it out like which is the correct answer if you know the topics and if you can relate them. So it's one type of checking your understanding. And now come to the deployment management definition. This is from the section 5.3.1 of the real books. I mean the official books of ITIL 4, that is coming from Excelos. And in the section 5.3.1 deployment management definitions, the purpose of the deployment management practice is to move new or changed hardware, software, documentation, process, or any other component to live environment. So we got our answer, right? Next question. Question number 2. Which practice includes the classification and ownership of queries and requests from user? Service desk, incident management, change control, service level management. It's a very simple question. With closing our eyes, only listening this question, I can answer is service desk, because service desk is the first place where user requests for any kinds of problem. Okay, so let's see. Yeah, it's the service desk. So service desk practice that includes the classification and ownership of queries and requests from the user. So service desk is the first place where user communicate or contact for any kind of service. So here is the real explanation from the books from where this question arises. So in the books section 5.2.14, there is a definition of service desk, and also there is an explanation of what service desk does. So I marked it in yellow marker, highlights with yellow marker, so you can see service desk provide a clear path for user to report issue, queries, and request, and have them acknowledged, classified, owned, and attentioned. Next question. Which practice identifies metrics that reflect the customer's experience of a service? This is asking which desk actually reflects the customer experience of a service. Continual improvement, service desk, service level management, and problem management. I guess this is answer C, service level management. Let's see. Yeah, this is service level management. So how I understand this is service level management, because it is asking me that reflects the customer experience of a service. So after getting a service from service desk, there is another another thing that actually try to evaluate what is the customer experience, right? How customer was treated. So the task which practice actually like review these things is the service level management. Service level management is responsible for continuously check what kind of service we are providing and what is the customer satisfaction level. Next question. Here is the definition from the real books. So service level agreement and service level management. So come to the point, what is service level agreement? So a documented agreement between a service provider and a customer that identifies both service required and expected level of service. This service level agreement is also called SLA. In every IT service management company, we know what does this SLA is. SLA actually defines within a time frame you have to give a service to the customer. It could be 4 hours, it could be 2 hours. If it is urgent, it will be in 2 hours. If it is medium urgent, then 2 hours. If it is low urgency or low priority, then it should be 6 hours to 24 hours. So this service level agreement actually is a written documents between, it's an agreements between the customer and the service provider, like how quickly you have to give this service. Okay, so and the service level management identifies metrics and measures that are a truthful reflection of the customer actual experience. So it actually reflects, service level management actually reflects the truthful reflection of customer experience. Next question. What is the primary use of a change schedule? Option A, to support incident management and improve planning. Option B, to manage emergency changes. Option C, to plan change and help avoid conflicts. Option D, to manage standard changes. So it is asking about the change schedule and what is the primary uses. So if you think about the change schedule, can you see any changes related to the options? The first one actually is asking about to support. This is definitely not. Second is to manage, right? It is not. There is a change option here. It's to manage emergency changes, but this is related with the emergency change. That is not the primary use of change schedule, right? To plan changes and help avoid conflicts. This is something like scheduling something, and also changes related with changes. And option D, to manage standard changes. This is a standard procedure to do any changes. So this is not about a primary change schedule, right? So I will go for C. Yeah, C is the correct answer. Yeah, you can see like how do I understand, like how do I try to figure it out, like what is the correct answer. Okay, so here is the real answer from the books where the question was taken. The change schedule, the purpose of the change control practice is to maximize the number of successful service and product changes by ensuring that the risks have been properly assessed, authorizing changes to proceed, and managing the change schedule. Okay, the change schedule is used to help plan changes, assist in communication, avoid conflicts. So here is the yellow markers. I highlighted with the yellow markers, so you can see it's covered to help plan changes and avoid conflicts. Come back to the question. To plan changes and help avoid conflicts is the primary uses of change schedule or schedule, whatever that is. Okay, and number 5, the next question. Which service management dimension is focused on activities and how these are coordinated? So this question is asking about activities and how this is coordinated. And what is that? This is from service management dimension, like how service management dimension activities focus on activities and how these are coordinated. So our options are organizations and people, information and technology, partners and suppliers, value stream and process. So you can see it's about the service management dimension, and I know value stream and process, that is not, partner and suppliers not, information and technology not. I will go for organization and people. I could be wrong. Oh, it's value stream process. Sorry about that. Yeah. Yeah, it's the value stream and process, and we'll see what is the explanation. So here, this is a very important important diagram and to understand. So you can see this is the fourth dimension of service management. Service management, this diagram is obviously devised by ITIL Foundation, ITIL 4 Foundation. So they are saying this is a dimension of service management. So in the dimension, first dimension, people, organization and people. Second dimension, you can see here at the top right corner, information and technology, and value stream and process is number 4, and number 3 is partner and suppliers, and number 4 is value stream and process. This is the fourth dimension of service management. And you can see this service dimension, the service management dimension at the middle is showing value and products and services. So value and product and service is the core of all of these dimension, and there are some external factors as well, like social factors, economic factors, political factors, environment factors, legal factors, technological factors. Now come to the point, value stream and process. What is this value stream and process? The fourth dimension of the service management is value streams and process. Like the other dimensions, this dimension is applicable to both the SVS in general. So SVS is a service value system in general, and to specific product and services. In both contexts, it defines the activities, workflows, control, and procedures needed to achieve agreed objective. So here's the key message. Applied to the organization and its SVS, the value stream and process dimension is concerned with how the various parts of the organization work in an integrated and coordinated way. So come to the point again. Which service management dimension is focused on activities and how these are coordinated? So value stream and process. We got this answer from here. Applied to the organization and its SVS, the value stream process dimension is concerned with how the various parts of the organization work in an integrated and coordinated way. Okay, now the next question number 6. How does categorization of incidents assist the incident management practice? So this is question from incident management. If you can remember what is the definition of incident management and how does it work, you can answer this one. So let's see the options. It helps direct the incident to the correct support area. I'm not sure if this is the correct answer. It determines the priority assigned to an incident. It is not. It ensured that incidents are resolved in time scale agreed with the customer. It could be number C is one of the probable answer. It determines how the service provider is perceived. This is not. I will go for option C. Let's see. Oh, it's the first one. It helps direct the incidents to the correct support area. So how does categorization of incident assist the incident management practice? Answer is it helps direct the incident to the correct support area. So let's see what is inside the ITIL book. So in 5.2.5 sections, it's about incident management. The purpose of the incident management practice is to minimize the negative impact of incidents by restoring normal service operation as quickly as possible. So main thing with incident management, if there is any incident, if there is any problem in the service, so the main thing is to how quickly we can restore the normal service. Does it less impact on the business? Okay. And the definition of incident is an unplanned interruption to a service or reduction of the quality of services. So if anything bad happened, we know it impact the service or the business. So there is some explanation after that of this definition in the book. So we can see organizations should design their incident management practice to provide appropriate management and resource allocation to different types of incident. Incident with low impact must be managed efficiently to ensure that they do not consume too much resources. An incident with larger impact may require more resources and complex management. So in our previous discussion, we said like incident should be categorized. Like if it is a high impact on the business, it should be categorized as very urgent to restore, and if doesn't impact that much in the business, we can categorize it as a low impacted incident, right? So the question is, how does categorization of incident assist the incident management practice? So number one, it helps direct the incident to correct support area. So here is the thing, if the incident with the low impact, if we assign our more resources to resolve the issue, on the meantime there is a higher impact incidents, then we will not get all of our resources to like resolve the problem. But if you think about the business impact, the higher impact is negatively impacting the business and the production. So it helps, like incident management categorization, it helps how we can handle the incident more quickly or more efficiently, right? Number 7, identify the missing words in the following sentences. In the following sentence, a service is a means of enabling value co-creation by facilitating dash that customer want to achieve. This is a pure definition question, so it is asking about if you can recall the definition of service. So the first option is warranty. This is not with the warranty. This is outcomes. Number C is the utility. Obviously this is not utility. And number D is output. So output is not the answer. I'm pretty sure you can remember the definition of service, and this is outcomes. So yeah, this is outcome. And keep it, remember, you will definitely get a question in the test that is related with the definition of service. So here again we are going to repeat the definition of service. This is from the real ITIL books. Service, a means of enabling value co-creation by facilitating outcomes, not the output, outcomes that customer want to achieve without the customer having to manage specific costs and risk. And number 8, which is a recommendation of the continual improvement practice. It is asking about continual improvement practice and what is its recommendation, right? So we figure it out. What is the question? It is asking us about a question that is related to continual improvement practice and what is its recommendation. So let's see the options. There should be at least be a small team dedicated to leading continual improvement efforts. Seems to me very convincing. All improvements should be managed as a multi-phase projects. So this type of choice, actually where it's mentioned all improvements, it's one type of generalizing, or it's one type of, I would say, like focusing on one area. That basically most of the time not the correct answer. So I will not take B, but I keep in mind A could be a probable answer. Now number C, continual improvement should be isolated from other practices. Definitely this is not the option that is isolating something, right? Most probably that is not the correct answer. This type of recommendation questions, right, where it is asking for a recommendation. Option D, external suppliers should be executed from improvement initiatives. That is also not some, so we don't want to exclude something or execute something for this type of recommendation. I will go for answer option A. Yeah, this is the correct answer. There should be at least a small team dedicated to leading continual improvement efforts. Now come to the point. What is continual improvement? So the purpose of the continual improvement practice is to align the organization's practice and services with changing business needs through the ongoing improvements. So it's actually what it does. Actually, it meet the demands of needs of through continual improvement to keep the business aligned with the continual improvement process, services and practices, or any other element involved in the management of the product and services. Now after the definition, there are some discussion, and I marked here with the yellow marker again. There should at least be a small team dedicated full-time to leading continual improvement effort and advocating the practices across the organization. So every service-oriented organization should maintain a continuous improvement management team who will be look after of this, and they will cross-check and work with other team members to maintain a continual improvement inside the company for their services. Now number 9, which is a potential benefit of using an IT service management tool to support the incident management practice. So this is asking about IT service management tool, right? It's purely asking about an IT service management tool to support the incident management practice. Easily, if I tell you this question, like easy way, what is the IT tools to support the incident management practice? So let's see. It may ensure the cause of incidents is identified within agreed times. I will not go for this because it's saying like it's something with the SLA, right? It is not. Or service level SLM and service level agreement. It may provide automated matching of incidents to problem or known errors. I will keep this one as a probable correct answer. Option C, it may ensure that suppliers' contracts are aligned with the needs of service provider. It's not, because the service supplier contract is aligned with different types of service provider. Supplier could be different for different service, so it's not only the IT service management tool. Number D, option D, it may provide automated resolution and closure of complex incident. I will keep this one as well, and now I will compare between B and C. It may provide automated matching of incidents to problem or known errors. This is related to automation as well as incident management. And number D, it may provide automated resolution and closure of complex incident. I will go for option B, because automated resolution and closure of complex incident, it's not the proper process of handling the complex incident. Yeah, D, it may provide automated matching of incidents to problem or known errors. Let's see what is incident management. The purpose of the incident management practice is to minimize the negative impact of incidents by restoring the normal service operation as quickly as possible. This is the process of incident management, and the definition of incident is an unplanned interruption to a service or reduction in the quality of the services. And after that, there was some discussion, and in the discussion I can see I marked with the yellow marker. IT service management tool can provide automated matching of incidents to other incidents, problem or known error, and can provide intelligent analysis of the incident data to generate recommendation for helping with the future incident. So IT service management tool, these are modern CM tools or like monitoring tools. These are one type of software monitoring tools. They actually keep the record of incidents, and if it is a minor incident, a known issue, like it's happened before, they keep the record and they recommend like what was the previous resolution and what should we do now. Sometimes we can suppress this type of problem, like it's a considering it's not major or it's a minimum impact. So this is actually what IT service management tool does. So they keep a record and they match and automate the IT incident management process. Last question number 10. Which role submits service request? It's a very easy one. Who requests the service? Who submit the service request? Obviously, the user. Let's see. Yeah, the user or their authorized representative, they request for service. If you sell any service, for example, you are a mobile operator, you work in a mobile operator, so basically you sells the mobile like you sells the voice time or data, and whenever there's an interruption, so basically user call the service desk, right, or customer service management about their problem. So here from the real ITIL books, like official ITIL books, service consumers is the definition. So from section 2.2, where there's some definition of customer, user, and sponsor. So a user is a person who uses service. So who uses the service, he requests for the service. So let's see the difference between correct answer A and B. So B is also saying customer. So we can be, so from the question we could be like easily puzzled if it is a customer or a user, right? So here's the thing, there is a difference between a customer and a user. So a customer could be a person who defines the requirements for a service and takes responsibility for the outcomes of the service consumption. Consider about a company like where customer is the CEO of the company. He purchases mobile phone, cell phone for every employee. So he is one of the user, but he is customer because he purchased the cell phones for all employees. But individual user is the employees, right? So whenever any problem they find in the cell phone, so this user actually arise the question, like request for help, or they ask for the service. So the purpose of the service request management practice is to support the agreed quality of a service by handling all predefined user initiated service requests. So this is the so user actually requests for this, and a service request is defined as a request from a user or user's authorized representative that initiates a service action. And option B, the customer is a person who defines the requirements for a service and takes responsibility for the outcomes of the service consumption. A customer could also be a user, and in that role they may submit a service request. So that's all the 10 questions for today. If you find this one useful, please give me a thumbs up. So I will release next 10 questions soon. Thank you for watching these videos. Thank you again.